Hey guys, I'm here today to do the chocolate book tag. I've been tagged by Aria Mia to do this tag, so let's just get started. Okay, first question is dark chocolate. Is dark chocolate. A book that deals with a dark subject matter. For this I chose Werewolf Girl by Martin Miller. It centres around a teenage werewolf called Calyx. She's sort of a bit of a tormented girl, and she has a lot of history with substance abuse, and you get to see that throughout this book. So it's quite dark, and there's a lot of gritty scenes that probably wouldn't be acceptable for younger readers. Okay, next question is white chocolate. A light-hearted or humorous read. For that I chose The Sacred Art of Stealing by Christopher Brookmyre. Although this deals with a robbery, the entire book is very funny. It's humour laced in throughout the entire story, and the characters are so funny. Question number 3, milk chocolate. A book that receives lots of hype and that you want to read. For that I picked Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This is about a woman who goes on, it's set in 1945, and she goes on her second honeymoon to Scotland. She's from England, and while she's there she sort of gets involved with some rune stones and gets transported back to 1743. Yeah! And in 1743 English and Scottish people did not get along, so you can see how this is slightly awkward for her. I'm sure you've heard of this already. It's a TV show in America at the moment, but Amazon Prime has just got it on, here in the UK. So that is why I want to read it. I've heard lots of good things about it, and I was going to pick it up earlier this year, but I ended up it just got lost in the pile of TBR. But I have to read the book first, because if I start watching the programme then I won't get back to the book. So I need to read this before I start it on Amazon Prime. Okay, question number 4, Caramel. A book that makes you feel warm and gooey on the inside. I don't actually have a physical copy of this book, so hopefully I'll be able to put like a picture here. The book I'm picking is Night of a Trillion Stars by Dada Joy. It's a very cute sort of old sort of romance book. Well, I mean, it's got some naughty stuff in there too, but it's sort of that cliche cheesy book where you know what's going to happen. It's not the most well written book, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. Question number 5 is a Wafer-free Kit-Kat. Yuck. A book that surprised you in some way. I swear I'm going to mention this series in like every video. I am so in love with it. Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. I can't really tell you a lot about this book particularly because it's the second one in the trilogy, so I can't really spoil you on it. I'm not joking. I did not think that the second book would be better than the first, but there's so much twists, and although I guessed some of sort of the big plot twists, I did not expect them to be executed in the way that they were. So there was a lot of surprises for me in store with this, because usually I end up not liking the second book in the series quite as much as the first. So this was fantastic. So if you haven't read this, you need to read it. Look at that pretty cover. Question number 6 is Snickers, a book that you're going nuts about. And for that I picked The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I'm currently reading this and it is fantastic. It's I don't really want to say too much about it because I feel like if you go into it with an open mind it's much better, but the magic in this world is phenomenal. The concept of it is burning metals, and from different metals produce different powers. It's very, very exciting. There's like rebellion and I won't tell you too much because I really do feel that if you go into this with an open mind it's much better. Okay, and last question. Hot chocolate and marshmallows, your comfort read. My comfort read is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I don't really like this cover. It was like one of the original covers. Drives me mad because it doesn't match my other ones. And I've reread this book about 3 times. I just adore it. It's set in a dystopian world where people live in the minute amount of people left live in pods, and everything is sort of digital. They don't really experience things in real life. They wear these smart eyes in which they get to do things like go underwater, breathe underwater and all this sort of stuff, but none of it is actually real. And on the outside there are savages that live there, and the main girl sort of gets in a position where she gets put outside and she has to deal with things on the outside. Don't want to tell you too much, but it is so good, and the romance in this book is, they're like one of my favourite fictional couples. I just love them so much. Veronica Rossi's writing is beautiful. Okay, so that's my chocolate book tag done. I think, and so now I'm going to tag someone. I'm going to tag Chris and Victoria from Christoria 2027.